नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good evening. Today I want to take up another philosophical point. I don't know whether you are able to grasp my explanation of some of the quotes of Swamiji or not. You know, we all are here to investigate into the nature of the truth. That is the goal of education. Unless and until you get the truth, you will never have true fulfillment and peace in life. You know, during the Upanishadic period, one sage by name Shaunaka goes to Angirasa and asks him a beautiful question. What was that question? Kasmin bhagavo vijñate sarvamidam vijñatam bhavati iti. By knowing which, everything in this universe can be known. Is it a wise question or not? తెలివైన ప్రశ్న కాదా? చాలా తెలివైన ప్రశ్న కదా? It's a very intelligent question. By knowing which, everything in this universe can be known. You tell me that. Anyway, life is short, right? We are not going to be here forever. Today you are here, tomorrow you are not there. So that intelligent, wise sage goes to another sage, Angirasa, and asks him, you tell me that. I don't want to know little physics, little chemistry, little mathematics. I want to know that which explains the whole universe. If you know the Creator, it's as good as you have known everything about the creation. So, how to know the Creator? Where is the Creator? Then the search began, and they came up with the conclusion that He is dwelling in your own heart, in the cave of your heart, through meditation. You know Gautama Buddha, you all know the story of Gautama Buddha. Buddhudi charitra mi andariki telusu kada? You all know, at least in brief. He had a question in mind, why there is suffering in the world. ప్రపంచంలో దుఃఖం ఎందుకుంది? Why there is suffering in the world? Why human beings suffer? Then he wanted to find out the cause of that. What did he do? क्या किया उन्होंने? He set out, right? When he was a 24-year-old young man, when he was of that age around, he had seen 4 scenes. Before that, what happened when he was born? His father Shuddhodana asked astrologers, see, what is the future of this boy? Then the astrologers said to Shuddhodana, Buddha's father, that if this boy happens to see the suffering in the world, he will leave the palace. He will take to ascetic life. He will become a sannyasi. Okay? So be careful. They warned Shuddhodana. Then what the father did? He never allowed him to see any miserable sight of this world. He never let any suffering man come near him. He arranged the best possible comfort, luxury, best music, best food, best clothes, everything. Gardens, fountains, everything within the 4 walls of the palace. The Buddha never set out of the palace because everything was going smooth, all the comforts and luxury that were available on the day was provided to him. But one day he felt bored with that life. He called his charioteer, Channa, and asked him, let us go out and see the world outside the palace. That he did without taking the permission of Shuddhodana. What did he see? The first sight that he had seen was this. He saw a group of people weeping and carrying a dead body. Okay? Then he asked his charioteer, Rathasaradhan adutadu. Entaya vallu edustunaru? Why are they weeping? The charioteer said, somebody known to them, some of their relative passed away. This way they are in sorrow and distress. The 24-year-old young man, Buddha, asks innocently, will I die? Okay. Will I too die? The charioteer said, Channa, sure, prince. When you become old, afterwards you will die. We all come into the world with an expiry date. Buddha, he moved little forward. And what was the second sight he had seen? He saw an old man, completely bent, tottering to his fall, and walking with a stick in his hand, staff in his hand, with great difficulty. Why that man is like that? Buddha asked him. Because he has become old. The back is not supporting him. That's why he is bent like this. So will I grow old? He asked innocently again. Then the charioteer said, for sure, prince. You also will become old one day. Your condition also will be like him only tomorrow. Then Buddha said. He moved little forward. There he came across another man. His fingers were bent like this because he was suffering from leprosy, Kushturogi. Then Buddha asked innocently, why his fingers are like that? So he is suffering from leprosy. What is that? It's a kind of disease. Then Buddha asked, will I suffer a disease like him? Yeah, may not be this disease, some other diseases will come. Okay? And then finally he sees his sannyasi. He was moving with a begging bowl in his hand, a shaven-headed man. Why that guy is like that? Buddha asked. He has given up the world. He is in search of truth, he says. Sathyanveshana unnada vyakti antaru. Then what happened thereafter, you all know. He comes back to the palace. Same night, he leaves the palace at dead of the night, even without informing his wife. భార్యకు కూడా చెప్పకుండా ఆయన సత్యాన్వేషణ ఉండిపోతాడు. What did he find in the end? He went in search of the truth. He came to the conclusion because he saw the people around everywhere suffering and suffering and suffering. Buddha felt that world is on fire. There is no single human being who is not had some kind of suffering. Everybody is kind. Some issue everybody has. So what is the source of this suffering? He just pondered deep on it. From what is the source? Mind is the source. How the mind survives? What is mind? He pondered deep. He went into meditation, meditated. After 6 years of search and 6 months of deep meditation, he found out that there is suffering in the world. The root cause of suffering is Trishna. Trishna means desire. The root cause of suffering is Trishna. When you conquer Trishna, you will enjoy the bliss of Nirvana. That is Paramashanti, the peace that passeth all understanding, supreme peace, and also that is immortality. So Buddha never talked about God. Where is God? Then you will ask. If I talk about God, you will ask, where is God? If I say in heaven, actually, how to go to heaven, how, right? You will have 100 questions. If I say in my heart also, you will ask, but why don't I experience if he is in my heart? So Buddha never talked about God. God is one thing which cannot be explained. You know there is suffering. You know that you have desire. You conquer that desire and see what happens to you. Okay? That is an experience which cannot be explained. You just conquer desire first and see. That is the source of suffering, he said. When you conquer desire, what happens? You will experience your oneness with the entire universe. Thereafter, you will never have suffering. You have transcended the mind. You have gone beyond the mind. That is the challenge. So it's always important to have the right question. Buddha had this question, why there is suffering in the world. He wanted to find out the truth. Vivekananda had a question, same. Does God exist? Why he needed God? Because people say that God has created the world, but why there is so much of suffering in God's world? Okay, he must have done a bad job. So has anybody seen God? Can somebody show me God? Does God exist? That was the question, and he dedicated his life to find out the answer to that question, and you all know what happened thereafter. You know, similarly, a sage by name Ramana Maharshi, you all might have heard Tiruvannamalai, the sage of Tiruvannamalai. He had a question, who am I? Okay? Who am I? It's the greatest question that you can have. You see, we are not the body, we are not the mind. The language that we speak proves that. Okay, we have the body, we have the mind, but we are not the body and mind. For example, this prayer book is there. If I say this prayer book is mine, you will understand it. But if I say that I am this prayer book, you will say, you have to take Swamiji to Eragadda. Antara leda? Okay, if I say that I am this prayer book, okay, you will understand there is something is wrong with me, yes or no? We are doing the same thing now. When you say that I am this body, you have the body, but you are not the body. You have the mind, but you are not the mind. These two you possess. What you possess could be yours, but can't be you. I can say that this microphone is mine, but I can't say that I am this microphone. Today we are saying the same thing. We are not the body, we are not the mind. We have the body, we have the mind. You are something different from these two. Okay, then who you are, what is that I stands for? Investigate. For that you have to have this question, who am I? That is the profoundest and the greatest question that you can ever have. And if you get the answer to that question by finding out, by tracing the I to its source, you are an enlightened human being. At least have this question and every day give little time to this question, to get answer to this question. One day you will become enlightened human being like Buddha. Okay? మరి ఆ ప్రశ్న వేసుకుంటారా రోజు? హలో, ఆర్ యూ విత్ మీ? ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.